everyone. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It was so nice to see all of you that are able to make our classroom Zoom meeting, and I'm so proud of everyone on all the hard work that they have been doing. Today, to start off our Wednesday, we're going to go over some sight words. So this is going to be the first big sight word unit where we are going to be learning some new sight words and then practice using those sight words out of a word bank. So what I would like to do first is I'd like to go over the 6 sight words that we are going to be working with today. And I wrote those 6 sight words up top here in blue. So what I'm going to do is we are going to go over and say each of these sight words. There should be one of them that you are very familiar with because we've been practicing this sight word in school. So as I say each of those 6 sight words, you will repeat back after me, starting with you, come, find, put, where, and all. So everyone should most likely be familiar with the sight word you. We've been practicing it in school, identifying it when we come across it in reading, and then also practice writing you in a sentence. What we're going to do today is I'm going to model 2 examples. So both of these examples you're going to be seeing on your worksheet. So I'm going to go over this first that's on the whiteboard. Then I will introduce our worksheet that we will be working with today. And then I'll complete 2 problems on your worksheet with you to help you get started to complete the rest on your own. So remember, we are going to be using these 6 sight words today. You, come, find, put, where, and all. So I kind of broke up your worksheet. On one side of your worksheet, you're going to see something very similar to this example. And then on the back side of your worksheet, you're going to see something like very similar to this that we are going to be working with. So on your worksheet, on the first part, you're going to see 3 categories: a read, a trace, and a write. There's going to be these 6 sight words there. So what you would do is, under the read category, you would read the sight word and identify it. Then under the trace category, you would trace the sight word. And then under the write category, you would write out your sight word. So I'm going to demonstrate how that's going to be done. Read, trace, write. First, I'm going to read my sight word. And the sight word is where. So I would say where out loud. Then I would trace the sight word, spelling it out. And I'm going to say each letter as I trace it to help me spell out the sight word. Where. W, H, E, R, E. Where. Now, under the write category, I'm going to write the sight word on my own. Where. So here I go, trying it on my own. W, H, E, R, E. There we go. I read the sight word where. I traced the sight word where. W, H, E, R, E. And then I wrote the sight word where on my own. W, H, E, R, E. That's going to be one part of your worksheet. The second part of your worksheet is you're going to fill in the sentence with one of the sight word is going to complete the blank in the sentence. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find the sight word that best completes the sentence and it makes a complete sentence. So the first thing that I would do is I would read out my sentence. Do you know blank he is? Do you know blank he is? So then what I would do is I would go over and look at all of my sight words. And I usually start with putting each of the sight words in the blank to see if that sentence is complete and if that sentence makes sense. So if I did, do you know you he is? That's not a complete sentence and that does not sound correct. So you cannot be the fill-in. Let's try come. Do you know come he is? Doesn't sound right and it's not a complete sentence, so it can't be come. Let's try find. Do you know find he is? Does it make sense, and it's not a complete sentence, so it cannot be found. Let's try put. Do you know put he is? Still doesn't make sense, and if it doesn't make sense, it can't be a complete sentence. So it can't be put. Let's try where. Do you know where he is? Sounds right. Do you know where he is? And it is a complete sentence. So where is my fill-in? So I'd write the sight word where in my fill-in. Do you know where he is? It's a complete sentence and it sounds correctly. Now let's practice our worksheet together. Materials that you are going to need is you're going to need the worksheet. And it has a title at the top saying, where did he get that banana? So that's the side that we're going to be focusing on first. The side that says, where did he get that banana? On the back side, it will say, choose the word to fit in the space in each sentence and write it in the space. So you're going to have two sides of your worksheet. One, just like we did here, where we're going to read, trace, and write. And then the back side, just like we did here, we would fill in the sentence. So let's start with by having our worksheet on the side with the title, Where Did He Get That Banana? And you're also going to need a pencil to complete this. So I'm going to give you a few extra minutes to get your materials out with your worksheet and a pencil. If you need a little bit of extra time gathering your worksheet from your packet or finding a pencil, pause the video here, and when you're ready with both of your materials in front of you, the worksheet beginning on the side with the title, Where Did He Get That Banana From? And a pencil, you can press play to join us as we do two examples together. Alrighty, so everyone should be on the side that says, Where did he get that banana? And let's first start putting our first and last name on our paper like we do all the time. I will do mine as you will do yours. Okay, now we have three columns here, and it's very similar to exactly what I did here on our board first. Our first column says read, and it's underlined. Our second column says trace, and it's underlined. And our third column says write, and it's underlined. So those are our three steps. Read, trace, write. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the first one together. We're going to read the word, trace the word, and then write the word. So let's do the first one together, starting with read. So let's identify the sight word. That sight word is you. So we'd say you. Now we're going to trace the sight word. As I trace the sight word, I'm also going to spell it out, and you can do the same. So you, Y-O-U. And I said each letter as I traced out the word. And then the last step is we're going to write the word on our own. So remember, we're writing the word you on the line here. Y-O-U. And you would do that for your next 5 sight words. Read the sight word, identify it, trace the sight word, and say each letter as you're writing it, and then write the sight word out on your own, saying each letter as you write it. So let's flip our paper over so we can do an example on the back together. So let's first read the directions on the back. It says, choose the word to fit in the space in each sentence. Write it in the space. Over here, this is a word bank. And you guys should be familiar with the word bank, especially when we do our questions from our chapter book, or when we used to read our chapter book in school, we always had a word bank. So here's our word bank. And in our word bank, there's the 6 sight words that we just practiced. All, put, you, where, come, and find. And we're going to find one of these sight words to complete the blank, making a complete sentence and seeing if that sentence sounds correct. So let's do the first one together. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the sentence as is. It says, have blank seen my dog. So now we're going to find which sight word best completes the sentence. So let's start with all and see if it works. Have all seen my dog? Doesn't make sense and it doesn't sound correctly. Put. Let's try put. Have seen my dog? Doesn't make a complete sentence and it doesn't sound correctly. So it's not put. Let's try you. Have you seen my dog? Makes sense and it makes a complete sentence. So the word to go in the fill-in is you. And let's write you. Y-O-U. Have you seen my dog? And because I used the word you, I'm going to cross it off in my word bank because that's a sight word that we used already and we cannot use it again. So what you're going to do to complete this side is you're going to first read the sentence as is, try the different types of sight words to see if the sentence makes a complete sentence and if the sentence sounds correctly. When you identify the sight word that goes in there, you're going to write the sight word and then you will cross it out indicating that that sight word is already used. So you're going to try the last 5 sentences on your own. Remember, when you're done with your work, you're going to have your parents or an older sibling or an adult take a picture so I can see your fabulous work that you've been doing. So remember, I'm going to go over the directions again. On the front of the worksheet, you're going to read the sight word, trace the sight word, saying each letter as you trace it, and then write the sight word on your own as you say each letter. On the back, you're going to complete the sentence with one of the sight words. You'll read the sentence as is. You'll start finding different sight words to put in the blank, and you're going to see which sight word makes sense and which sight word makes a complete sentence. When you find the sight word that makes sense in the sentence and makes a complete sentence, you'll write that sight word on the dotted line and then cross it off in your word bank. Before I leave to have you guys try the rest of the worksheet on your own, let's review our 6 sight words we learned today by saying them all together. You, come, find, put, where, and all. So after you're done with your sight word worksheet and practicing those 6 sight words, I will then see everybody back in reading.